Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kick-off. And here's Vinicius Junior. Now it's DePaul. Incoming delivery. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now he's off and running. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, for a defender, Peter, Andy Robertson's style of play is more akin to that of a wing-back or even a wide attacker. Time after time, you see him make those overlaps, those marauding runs, providing support, the essential piece in any team looking to play on the front foot.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. DePaul threads one in. Has a look and plays it forward. That has not gone well. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Araujo promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's gone back to the keeper. And it's Bernardo Silva. Quarter of an hour played. Can he get on the end of this? Big chance! He's scored! And there is your opener. So smooth. A signature finish.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Gordon.
Paris Saint-Germain really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
João Palhinha. This is a promising build-up. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. That has been cut short. Goretzka. And here's Lukaku. Dembele. And he shoots! It's fallen kindly here. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? And De Bruyne! Llorente.
Madrid really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Now it's Havertz. De Paul. Calhanoglu. No way through. Llorente. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And it's Calhanoglu. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. And here's Doué. Can he finish? And that's a sharp finish. They are purring, truly purring.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
João Palhinha. De Bruyne. Havertz. Llorente. Great vision. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Goretzka looking to pass their way up the pitch. Gordon gets into a good position. And this is Goretzka.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
It's a really well-measured ball. Looking for options for movement. Doué. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. João Palhinha. Paris Saint-Germain are still behind as we reach out for half-time. De Bruyne. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vinicius Junior. Now it's Havertz. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bernardo Silva showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. De Bruyne. Goretzka. He's a sharp little ball here. Guehi deals with that comfortably. The pass has gone astray. And this is Dembele! Dembele! Brilliant! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Just one in it now.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Paris Saint-Germain can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Araujo is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
And he's managed to get free. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Lukaku. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition...
And the shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And a chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. That's a decent clearance.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Can he finish? Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
So changes afoot here and from both sides.
El dorsal 9. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Still they trail and time is ticking away. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Morata. So Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Madrid clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Tries to pass it through. Oh, well measured.
Paris Saint-Germain really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Not the most accurate pass. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Madrid clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now it's Coman. That's been cut out, well played. De Paul chasing after it.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
That is a great pick out.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Hakimi gets over and intercepts. João Palhinha. And he's intervened well there. Now, what about a counter-attack? Now it's Lukaku. He's on it, can he get away? Paris Saint-Germain are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Aimed beyond the defence. Vinicius Junior, and the shot! And that's a good finish. And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal
The
10.
two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So the lead now is 2.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Coman. Now it's Coman. Cross deflected behind for a corner. It's their second corner of the game. And that is well cleared. Nice sequence of passes that shot a goal! That's put paid to the danger. And here's Morata. Now that looks a decent ball. And he has been fouled there. Yehi did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process.
Disappointing.
Real chance! And it's in! Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Paris Saint-Germain cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes. Paris Saint-Germain really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now, can they get him away? Robertson. And here's Morata. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, important interception. Oh, they can break here.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
And he was quick to react.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Ambitious ball here. Floated through. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And he's going to have his name taken. Coman proves just a little bit too strong. And that will be it. Paris Saint-Germain can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent prepared to go toe-to-toe until the end. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.